I've been a Mac and iPad user for over 15 years. I use a lot of different apps, and some are great and others are not. So whether you're new to the Mac or you just want to try something new on iPad, here are my favorite apps I use on a daily basis for both macOS and iPadOS. Okay, I'll skip the pre-installed apps and focus mainly on third-party ones. But real quick, I'll go over what I have in the dock. On Mac, I am a side dock person. It took some time getting used to, but I like having those extra vertical pixels. It's mostly Apple apps, but I have a web app for Twitter or X, Notion, Pixelmator Pro, and Final Cut Pro. I'll talk more about these later. On the iPad side of things, I try to make it look like a Mac. So my home screen is empty except for 2 widgets, and everything else is in the dock. It's basically the same ones: Twitter, which is the official app, Notion, Photomator, and Final Cut Pro for iPad. As always, I'll be sure to link all the apps I mentioned in the description box below. Alright, I'll start off with those menu bar apps. Al Dente is essential for battery health since it lets me limit the charging to 80%. Apple is adding this to macOS 26.4, but Al Dente is more feature-rich. I use sailing mode, which lets the battery drain a bit before it charges back up, and there's a discharge mode that lets me use the battery when it's docked. Amphetamine stops the Mac from sleeping with a simple click. This is for those times when I'm doing an intensive activity like exporting a video and I don't want it to randomly stop. Magnet is for window snapping. macOS has tiles, but I don't find it as good. Plus, I already committed the keyboard shortcuts to muscle memory. I can quickly arrange the windows in split screen, move them in corners, and even position them in thirds. Monitor control is great for third-party displays. I use the LG Ultrafine Display Ergo, and this app lets me adjust the brightness and volume from the keyboard. My mouse of choice is the MX Master 4, and scrolling is in jittery chunks, but Moss gives me that super smooth scrolling just like the Magic Mouse. It's not a one-to-one match, but it's pretty darn close. Stay is a lifesaver for different displays, and I use this alongside Magnet. I like to use the default window sizes and layout, and I can save them for any screen. Let's say I'm done with a 3-pane view, and just one keyboard shortcut resizes the apps to my liking. So if I want to access all of my files across multiple devices, the UGREEN NAS and app come in handy. NAS stands for Network Attached Storage, and it's just like iCloud or Google Drive, but this lets you safely store your files locally. So instead of paying a monthly fee, you can get one of these as a one-time purchase. I use it to save my Time Machine backups, raw YouTube clips, and iPhone photo library. The UGREEN NAS DH2300 is pretty compact, and it barely takes up space on your desk. Setting it up takes about 10 minutes. You just remove the top cover and take out the 2 bays, which have a wide compatibility for third-party hard drives. I have 2 4TB drives, but you can add up to 60 terabytes, so about 20 million photos, 40,000 movies, or 2 million songs. Now you just secure the drives with the included screws, slide them back in, pop the cover back on, connect the LAN and power cable, and tap it using NFC to download the app. Just like cloud storage, you can access your files remotely with the UGREEN app. It has a clean UI, and I like how you can monitor the CPU and RAM usage, temperature, and fan speed. There's even multi-user sharing for sensitive files. For the fastest speeds, I normally copy files using a wire connection, about 1 gig in 5 seconds, and stream everything over Wi-Fi. And if you're worried about hard drive failure, you can set it up as RAID 1, so your files are mirrored across both drives. If you're always out of storage or just tired of paying a monthly fee, I'll leave a link to the UGREEN NAS down below. For content creation, I have a handful of apps that I use. Notion is my go-to app. Everything goes in here: schedules, ideas, scripts, and I even organize it by phase: writing, filming, editing, but the best part is that it syncs across Mac, iPad, iPhone, and Android. Pixelmator Pro is where I create my thumbnails. I adjust colors, maybe add some text, and fine-tune it to make it look decent. I use Final Cut Pro to edit all of my videos. This is for long-form content as well as short-form. I record in Log 2, add a custom LUT, and spend hours color grading it. And Logic Pro is only for recording voiceovers. It's overkill for my use case, but it was part of that Student Pro apps bundle. Twitter is pretty self-explanatory. It's mostly for hardware and software updates. Then there's Discord for any gaming related content. ENA, is that how you pronounce it? Is a modern version of VLC. It plays just about any video I throw at it, and the UI looks a lot cleaner. Clean My Mac handles any maintenance, protection, and applications. I can clear out large junk files, uninstall apps and their leftovers, and even see a nice view of my largest files. There's even a menu bar icon which shows a brief activity overview. Parcel is for tracking deliveries, and it supports a lot of different carriers. Next is TunnelBear, which is for VPN, better safe than sorry, and Wiper blocks ads in Safari. For the other apps that I use a couple times a week, I just use Spotlight. It's way faster to use keyboard shortcuts than a mouse. Let's say I need to use Windows 11, all I do is hit Command Space, type in VM, and hit return. And with last year's update, there's quick keys, so TM will start a time machine backup. And Clipboard is very useful, no more using a third-party app. Most of the iPad apps are the same as Mac, since I don't need to worry about syncing. Again, Twitter is for tech updates, and Photomator is for editing photos. I can't make thumbnails on here, so it's just for color adjustments. I have Instagram for doom scrolling, there's finally an iPad app, then there's YouTube for watching videos, and YouTube Studio to check my analytics. Amazon is where I buy most of my items, and I have a couple of banking apps to make sure I have enough money. Nest is for the outdoor cameras. I can also use it to tell the delivery person to leave my packages somewhere else. And the only game I have is Nikkei Goddess of Victory. It's a third-person shooter gacha game with some characters. Some less used apps include Chrome, which is a backup for Safari, and Twitch for watching streams. And then there's Elgato, which I use to capture gameplay on the PS5 Pro or Switch 2. I even have Procreate, and I don't even know how to draw. Notion is my most used app, and it's basically 4 apps in one. Let me know what are your favorite apps in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you'll be notified when I post new videos. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!